Hey guys, I'm back again. Day 58. It is 46 degrees out here. It feels wonderful. There is a brisk chill in the air, but it's perfect for me, for someone like me, big old fat dude. The birds have been chirping. I've been hearing I heard some church bells to start the day off this morning from way off in the distance. It was great. I had never heard the church bells actually before. It's just the way that the wind carried it. And it's perfect. I can smell firewood burning from off in the distance. Really great morning. I'm out here today in the New Balance 650s. Now here's a side image of them, and here's from this side as well. It's a really great looking shoe, I think. I don't have a lot of information on these. I looked this up a long time ago, so if I've messed up the details on the information, please don't fault me. But I want to say that New Balance was known for releasing 640s back in around 1988 or something like that, 87 or 88, if my memory serves me correct. And there's not much information about whether or not they had actually released a high top version of the 650s. But here they are today. They're definitely retro inspired. And I can personally tell you, when compared to most other retro products, these feel spectacular. I think there's no doubt that the shoe definitely drew some inspiration from the original Air Jordan 1. But I'm going to tell you now, this is the materials that they've used to build this feels so much better in comparison to any Air Jordan product that I've ever owned or had in hand. And that's not to say that it doesn't exist, because I'm sure there are Jordans out there that are made with supreme materials. I've just personally never felt them in comparison. And then this set of shoes was, the build quality, it's just top notch, absolutely top notch. Don't sleep on brands like New Balance. If you're into the name and the hype, go Nike. But if you're into actual quality shoes, take a look at New Balance. They typically will not disappoint you. You know, I had a thought about high top shoes in general. I know that within the game of basketball, high tops used to be the standard, and it was just believed that it would offer greater ankle stability. And then I guess modern research, I don't know if there are any official studies, but I guess from the consensus seems to be that low top shoes offer more flexibility and therefore strengthen the ankles kind of naturally. So I don't know about whether or not there are more injuries related to the ankle with low tops versus high tops. I have no clue at all. I just know that it seems like, just anecdotally, that more players are getting injured today. And that could be due to a variety of factors. You know, we have to recognize that generations ago that the diet was more natural and less processed fillers. The modern diet, even though we have we have more science and research to go along with it, you know, the food quality typically isn't as good. Another factor is the pace of the game has changed. It's quicker up and down the floor. But to the old generation's credit, there wasn't really such a thing as load management. All players were pretty much playing every game that they could. So it's really apples and oranges. The thing that I wanted to bring up about high tops, though, was not necessarily about the stability that it brings to an ankle. Because again, if the ankle is going to roll, it's going to roll. But I think we have to recognize that some injuries can take place because the foot is not properly landing where it needs to. And again, so a lot of injuries, there's nothing you can do about that. But in some cases, it's about knowing where your foot is in proportion to, in relationship to your body. And if you don't have that information sent to your brain, you might make a misstep or miscalculation. It's kind of like trying to walk up or down a set of stairs in the dark, and you have this expectation of this additional step that you might not be aware of, and or that you think might exist. And so you center your foot wrong. And it's that weird sensation of you thought there was an extra step, or you didn't count on an additional step kind of thing. And all of that has to do with information that's being sent to the brain within milliseconds. So it would be my hypothesis that if you have more data points of information, then your foot can essentially make more connections to the brain, give more information to make better decisions. When I'm out here walking, every little nook and cranny, dip, stick, anything that just kind of alters the foot direction, I can feel that around the ankle. So not only am I getting the directional change of the foot bed, but I'm also getting this feedback from around the ankle as the shoe shifts up and down. That additional information being sent to the brain honestly gives me a greater sense of stability. Whether that translates into actual stability, I'm not sure. What's that game where you stick your hands out like this and the other player has their hands like that underneath yours, and then they try to slap your hands? I'm not sure I can't remember what the name of that game is. But kind of case in point, with that game, if you've used that as an example, players that would make contact with your hands prior to the strike would always be easier to predict than someone who just kind of hovered their hands above yours and not really touched anything. Because as they move their hands, you got kind of a few millisecond warning that they were going to in fact try to slap your hand. And that happened because they were in greater contact with your skin. And I'm just saying, while the high top may not offer any kind of realistic stability around the ankle, but we'll get to that in a second, it still gives you a sensory feedback that you don't get in a low top shoe. And now for anyone that says it doesn't offer any additional stability or can't prevent from injury and all that, maybe it can't, but have you ever worn an ankle brace for any reason at all? I know that I have. And the ankle brace feels a whole lot like a set of tightly laced high tops. Can that prevent from the shoe rolling? No clue at all. But I know that whenever I have had an ankle injury, even brief, it was just briefly, I put on an ankle brace and it gave me the sense of stability I needed to carry on for a few days until it got better. And the high tops are doing the same thing, really. Honestly, maybe we need a resurgence of the high top, just made with lighter weight materials. A couple days ago, I reviewed the Jordan 1 Mid, and those had a lot of flexibility, surprisingly. And these shoes have almost the same level of that flexibility. They're definitely a little bit heavier than those, but it's because of the quality materials and just the overall build of the shoe. But it's still giving me a surprising amount of flexibility in a set of shoes from, or at least had its design cues from 1988. It's supposed to get to 60 degrees today, and I've been used to getting out here in the cold. I can feel the temperature going up for sure. I'm going to say some stuff that's going to create a lot of hate. The New Balance 650 is what you wish the Air Jordan 1 would have been. I want to say thank you to our 24th subscriber. I don't know who you are because of privacy settings, but I appreciate you. For all you Gen X kids, I'm representing the Street Fighter here. I used to play Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat a ton as a kid. I emptied so many rolls of quarters as a kid into those machines. There's a first for everything, I guess. I just saw a Hyundai little sedan, not even a full size, like a mid-size sedan, or no, compact. It's definitely compact, pulling a boat trailer. Speaking of Street Fighter, I have so many iterations of that game nowadays. I've held on to everything, and I'm a pretty crazy game collector as well, and I am starting a separate YouTube channel, letting my son kind of experience vintage video gaming, and he loves it so far. Little dude is 6, and he loves it. So I just thought maybe it'd be a cool YouTube channel to kind of go through and look back at some of those old systems and see it through the eyes of someone new, someone younger. But what I've found is that I've collected these consoles, vintage consoles and vintage games, and got these arcades and all this stuff. But I don't get the same level of joy out of it. But I love when my son or my nephew or his cousins or whoever come over and they play it, and just getting to see their level of excitement kind of makes it all worthwhile for me. There's something about these shoes that have been making me walk more briskly. Maybe it's the weather, something, but I'm like a minute and 5 seconds quicker than normal. I've been in these things 45 minutes so far, and I still have about 15 minutes to go. I could say that in comparison to the majority, well, comparison to just the retro shoes that I've been wearing, these are definitely some of my favorites. This along with the Air Jordan 1 mid, but I have to kind of give the nod to this one. It does seem to provide just a tiny little bit more cushion. They're my geese. There's not too much else to say about them. Fantastic shoes. Thank you all for being out here with me, and I will see you tomorrow.